Okay, we're just going to run through the setup of these Holden 308 alternator brackets. This is the driver's side alternator bracket, up high, regular position on the cylinder head. So firstly, you're going to have 400mm M10 cap screws. Always use a little bit of anti-seize on the end of it. You don't need much, but when it's stainless steel going into aluminium, it's a good idea too. So the way this bracket's designed is that the bolts from the front plate are going to go through with the 74.5mm spacer, and then they're going to screw into the rear plate. The front and the rear plates screw in together, and then the whole assembly will screw into the cylinder head. Just like that. Easy way to do this is actually do it all off the car and then just set it all up on the bench. Now it's important with this step that you don't actually do it all the way up, just leave it still rather loose. And then the next step is we're going to have the 3/8 cap screws, which will go through the rear plate into the cylinder head. Once again, a little bit of anti-seize, so you don't need much. And just for demonstration for this video, I'll also just show how the last cap screw goes in and the orientation. So this goes in through the front bracket, and then you'll have this spacer, which will then sit behind the alternator. And then once that's in, the alternator is going to sit here in this gap. For those that are running the eccentric idler pulley, the position for the eccentric idler pulley will be the cap screw through the front of the eccentric idler pulley, your spacer on the back here, and then that'll mount into this hole there. And the rest will be done on the engine. Okay, setting up the alternator. I'm just going to bring it into position. Just try with one of the top screws first. A ball end Allen key really makes this easy. You just get these 3/8 cap screws straight into the cylinder head. Don't make them all tight yet, just wait till you get them all in first. Then you can go around and start to get them a bit tighter. Okay, perfect. Now with the front plate still loose, we're going to mount up the alternator. As mentioned before, alternator cap screw goes in. The spacer now will go behind the alternator, and that'll all screw into the rear plate. If you support the weight of the alternator, you're going to make this process much easier. Then we're going to have the 5/16 adjustment cap screw down the bottom. And we can hold that out. Now I've made these brackets in a way where we have a nice short adjustment slide there, but we also have, in case your belt is a little bit tighter than usual, your alternator can go back this way past the adjustment slide just to get the belt on. Once you get the belt on, then you can bring it out and then you can let your adjustments start. So for this, we'll just get this in and just get it finger tight. And then we can go ahead and start to tighten up the rest of the cap screws. Just snug them up, don't tension them right up at the moment. Leave that, get this a little bit more tight. We've still got a bit of movement, which is good. The next step will be doing the eccentric idler pulley. If you do choose to use it, this is the time to install it. So I just set it up like this and then just place it straight on. Once again, you can get this on and just snug it up. Now you should have supplied a belt with your kit, depending on eccentric idler or not. Now get the belt and pull it over the eccentric idler. Now you can go ahead and start to tension everything up. So the first thing I want to do is take a bit of the slack down here, get the adjustment slide tight. Then we can get the top screw tight. Tight. Everything else can start to tension up now. And then the eccentric idler pulley, just turn it towards the direction that the belt is going. Snug it up and the belt's on. You'll find that you won't need the belt to be overly tight, as long as you can twist it this much, but you can't twist it all the way over. You'll find that with the eccentric idler pulley being in there now, that you won't be having any issues with belt slip or belts flying off at high RPM. And that's the setup of the Holden alternator bracket.